This is my head.
Oh, okay. Check. Testing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or should I be counting sheep? 1, 2.
This is Homer Walden. He is a farmer, and as most of you probably know, that's an endangered profession right now. And he's going to talk to you about what he and his family are doing.
I guess today would be a metro farmer, with all the new spin on everything. It's actually not our farm. We farm a piece of property over in Stevenson, and it's about an 85-acre piece of land. We're using right now 4.5 acres of that to do this magnum circle grazing that we're developing. We've been doing this about 4 years. Using that as the index, and what that is, it gives me a reference point to tell me which posts out there on the end to connect to each time. And they're really just 3 posts apart. And
visited what's called a pizza farm there.
Yeah.
And a pizza farm in your model, in that it's pizza shaped,
yeah,
and has wedges, but also they actually produce pizza.
The way we laid this out, the size was determined by the availability of the feather netting. The feather netting was 160 foot long, so that was the distance between these posts and the outer posts.
Jam it in as best you can.
These electric fences now become the predator to move the cows around. So, that's kind of how it works. As mean as it sounds, we force the cows around with an electric predator, and that runs off of a battery that we, a solar charged battery. One application of this, and then that's it, and then they just get regular water from here on out. It's this or this other chemical that we don't really particularly want to use. It's toxic to the worms, and they put it on their back, and it kills the worms. But we don't want those chemicals in our food. So this being all organic is a nice alternative to that. Where's that one? Yeah, we make it right.
She is not going to break them.
I have one biologically, and my husband has a daughter and a son. The son is no longer alive, and a few grandchildren. And one of those grandchildren lives with us.
That is a good thing. Yeah. There has to be an empty space, because honestly, this time of year, it's like...
Claire, Ryan.
And that's what we do.
Homer's my stepdad, and Drew is my mother.
They're oddly appropriate, aren't they?
They are oddly appropriate. Let's go on crossband chicken slayer. Just Claire.
Ready to chase cows, are you?
Yeah.
This guy called Homer and said, "I have 85 acres in the Green Spring Valley. Would you be interested?" And Homer said, "Oh, because he'd gone door to door up Harford Road. Literally. I mean,
No wonder word got out.
And
He makes it sound like it was a gift from the cosmos, but yeah, some work went into that.
he really, he went literally door to door. I'd like to, I'm interested in farming. People were like, "Get out of here."
What are you trying to sell?
Well, yeah.
Hang on it again. What? Hang on it again. Hang on it for
And then this year with this idea, you saw the diorama.
Right.
He brought it out and showed it to the couple who owned the property, who looked at it and said, "Yes." I mean, literally, they're just like, "Sure, go for it."
Cool.
Yeah, that's
They're
great.
the right kind of spirit. That could have been bad, Homer.
I went out there and grabbed the worm.
You want to check it out?
Yeah. Well,
Well, you
Gotta
got.
make
I
sure.
got
You gotta have a
it. I
good
got
ground.
to
As
test
soon as I
her.
touch the ground, I'll touch the ground. I'll touch it. I'm like, that's it. I think I'm the luckiest man on the planet, married to my wife Drew, and we have 2 great children that are. They help us out in our, what we do day in and day out. This is my mother and father when they got married. They didn't really go to Niagara Falls. You can see this little screen down there. But when I was a kid, I always thought that they had went to Niagara Falls to get married. What did I know?
Are you gonna sleep out here tonight? Oh yeah. Well, we're right there. You know where we are, okay?
He believes, and I believe, is that just because it's a farm doesn't mean you have to have animal waste on your hands, on your shoes as you work. That there should be a way that you can manage things that you don't have to do that. And other people have said to him, but it's farming, you're supposed to be in, animal poop. And he's designed everything so that we're not. You leave the farm after working for an hour or 2, moving the animals, taking care of them, and you haven't been walking or handling or touching, any of that, and it makes it really enjoyable.
That's better.
Beautiful day. We just had 6 baby cows, and they're eating lots of grass and very happy. They respect the electric wire already, and they're very well behaved. And one did his first pooper.
Nope, they're working on it. Ollie's figured it out. That's it, Ollie.
No! It turned back. He did.
You know what?
Cole, don't chase him that way.
Okay. They actually prefer it when you just speak to them reasonably. Come on, girl. I would say by the time I was 14, I didn't have any parents. And my father died when I was 14, and my mother was institutionalized when I was 5 or so. Oh, I had him. Come on, At the age of 14, my stepmother decided, when I was 14, that she needed to go back to school, and so she moved, and I lived with an older sister and a younger brother, and had to find my way without my parents around. There we go. Come on, girl. Yep. Look over here. Look this way.
I know. It's unnerving. It's creepy. Why are we zooming over here?
Here's this one.
We need someone right there.
Don't get.
I got it.
All right, girl.
We move them every evening if you want to come out and see that, which is very so low key, it's unbelievable. We usually leave our house about 7:30.
Okay, I didn't realize they were penned in.
I know most people aren't crazy about when snakes show up, but
It's
it excites the heck out of me.
What do the snakes do for you?
They just put holes in. They're just something else that's a part of it.
Yeah. Well, it also means there's other stuff living out.
Right, okay.
They're here chasing.
To support them. Yeah.
Right.
Surprised we found it. Pete found a snake, killed a snake in our yard. I've
So
never
did.
seen a live snake.
Did you guys come up with the shirt thing that you used to say?
That was Homer's fault. That was,
Okay.
That's crazy Homer. But, I mean, he's got
He was a sheet metal mechanic for like 25 years. He was an experimental model maker. He worked at the APL, so like
Awesome.
he knows what he's doing.
This is what my wife asked me for Christmas. So I decided to build her some couches for my guy room. So I built her these cool leopard skin couches.
Yeah, they've got a lot of room.
You know,
they have a lot of room. And they have to scratch through the cow pies, which is kind of the point. The cows run, and they got the cow pies. And then 4 days later, the hens are supposed to come through, and they eat through and scratch through the cow pies for the fly larvae. So
Great.
It cuts down on
So
flies.
it takes 4 days
Wow.
for them to start to.
Yeah.
The sweetest pile of shit ever.
You see this piece of equipment right here is their shade
Cow
mobile.
shade.
Awesome.
Okay.
When Homer and Matt are here, they just sort of bench press it.
Right.
So when I'm here with Homer, he says, well, just pick it up. And I'm like,
Yeah.
Okay, right.
get this junior out here. I can't carry this thing.
That's right. It's the Okay. And how many did you start with? Do you think?
This batch was only 100. Okay. The first 200 the fox ate.
Well, I knew that. I knew that from Kim.
Here,
Kim
all
Thornton told me. I was
208.
like,
I'm
they don't
Darren.
eat, they kill.
David.
Nice to meet you.
you had that was horrible.
No, actually the fox.
To the Clarks, Gaylord Senior and Junior, Jerry, they're very nice for letting us use their property at the at Carriage House Farms in Maryland. It's very nice of them.
I know. They're messy animals. And that's how we get to be here.
Some of the biggest challenges I've faced, I think, are interpersonal challenges that involve change, that involve humility. I lost a son a few years back. He was 27 years old. He died in an auto accident. That was probably the most devastating thing that's happened in my life.
Wow.
I can't eat chicken anywhere else now unless it's like smothered in sauce. Because I can taste the difference texture-wise, taste-wise. I can like taste the chemicals. It tastes shrubbery. It's really nasty. So, like, I get why we do it. There's issues with the way that they're raised in the farmhouses. It's just nasty, and I don't even want to think about it. So I like what we're doing, but I don't actually like the physical part of it.
Did he get mushed?
Yeah, but it happens. That's why you end up with 7, not 100.
You really give him to Pocomoke Live?
This is farm life, you know?
That's
See?
amazing.
Oh, I'm paying a lot. Usually they're all right. That one's not.
Truck wagon home.
And so, when that happens, they're only on the same room.
Yeah.
30 days at the soonest, and they don't typically even live. I mean, they started at the gate. They started at the gate, and have worked around to that, and we'll butcher that back.
Oh, this
Wow.
I know. Then maybe, a conference in New York or something.
Good question. One of the things I forgot to mention, we only operate 6 months out of the year. So the beefs we buy stocker calves that are 300 pounds. We put them out on the grass. We have those butchered in January, so we don't really have to worry about the hay. The people that have purchased them they get what they get. So it's really kind of we work that out. We let people know ahead of time. They could either be getting 50 pounds of beef or 150 pounds of beef. It all depends on the animal and how well it does out on the grass. So it also gives the land a chance to recover. You want to do a part of this, like assembly line?
It is a kosher methodology of butchering so that the heart can pump the blood out, keeps this, the meat cleaner because there's no blood left. By the bite. He can't. You're killing him. Don't. And hold him with the.
Wait a minute, Polly, you want to watch?
Cole and Ollie.
Cole and Ollie, Cole out.
They died fairly, in the grand scheme of things, fairly quickly.
Why did you cut their heads off?
Because it's actually worse for them. They drown.
This is kind.
Yeah.
Are you keeping heads and feet?
No, chop them off.
No, soak up. Yeah, because it gets loosened when it gets hot.
Actually, I'm with her.
Really? Yeah, I think
Anything with the head.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Oh, wait, okay,
It made that 5 a.m. arrive,
That's amazing.
That is amazing.
Yeah, see, we need to bring our camera next time so we can take pictures of the
that-
flashes.
All right.
That is
Now Darren's going to do the next part.
Okay. So
Let's cut off its head.
I'm gonna cut off its feet first.
There's no blood.
Nope. Do you know why?
Because we already got it.
You got it.
Ugh.
Okay.
Cambodia?
Then you have to cut a hole so you can work. Yeah.
And they're down at the feet.
Wanna come look?
One of them wants all the gizzards.
Oh,
Yeah.
You think?
You cut out the vent.
I think this is the most gross part.
This is a really gross part. You're right.
And you have to do it.
I like this part,
But it's gross.
but it's gross. You're right about all
Cole
of
got
this.
pooped on. My
Yeah.
brother got pooped on. Like,
You're never gonna forget that, are you?
I need that.
Nope. He will tell the world.
He's acting like a poo chicken.
Okay, now we're reflecting here now.
Keep pulling. You got the heart.
Let me see
Did you
this
get the
one.
windpipe?
Let me see something before you do that. No, one pipe has to come out.
Okay.
I think.
I'll poke around in there.
Might have got it all.
I think it's gonna.
Here on the street,
All right.
and I'm gonna put them
You
in
juggle.
my arms.
This is our CSA. We trade vegetables for chicken, so it doesn't matter when we get it.
Okay.
And we can offer you the feet with the scratching necks.
You want to put the feet on?
I'll have one with the foot, feet, and one with the bench.
Okay. One foot and one scratch.
Are you gonna touch me? I'll hold on.
Raising children, that's a huge hurdle. I think that there's so many different ways it can be done that it challenges even the most intellectual minds because there's so many different stages involved.
And it's all cut below.
Matt was living with us. He's moved to Kentucky yesterday.
Jane, where'd you go?
It's a little traumatizing, but decided that what we were doing wasn't good enough.
Or, one that's like a couple pounds.
Got enough spoken for that you can't spare.
We need like 8 of those fillets
8?
already. Yeah. Did you bring all of them up now?
He went and he's living with his mom now, and his stepfather and 3 siblings. So we'll see what we hear from him.
Yes. Okay. Didn't get the honey today, but I'll take the chicken butters.
My husband was
She has been the, I would say, the brains behind the creative force. So she read just about every book on the subject that there is, weeded out the ones that I didn't need to read and said, here, look at these, look at this, look at this. And it helped me find a direction. She has been 100% supportive of the things that I've done. In fact, most of my family has. They've stood behind me when when we got flooded out was when there was 600 birds floating down the Falls River.
And I'm like, Homer, what? It's like this time of day, it's beautiful out. He says, look around, and I look, and down on one of those fence posts is a hawk that's like this.
Oh, wow.
And they had communicated, and they all bolted for cover that fast.
That's awesome.
And I was like,
All of our compost, we have this tiny little compost operation at the village learning place, but
Feathers and blood and all that stuff. The stuff that we wouldn't normally use, the inedible parts of a chicken go right in here. And we layer it like a cake, and it cooks back down, worms get in it and the bugs get in it, and they kind of carry all the nutrients back out into the nice black soil. Dirt. So it's really, it takes about a year for it to cook down and turn back into soil again.
It's like the side and the top or something.
Maybe we'll take everything from the first one and put it in the second one.
Okay.
Maybe that'll work. Yeah. And that's part of the fertility base that we work with in nature. That by composting, we don't put anything in. Nothing ends up in the rivers or streams. And it becomes land building instead of soil erosion.
although I have to say, a couple people have had conversations with Homer. Don't you think we could do it? Don't you think we could do one?
Yeah,
Oh, right. Sorry. I mean, yes, you should definitely do one this year.
That's good television.
Documentary.
Go on, so you see a good gusher.
There you go.
There you go. There you got it.
That's how it's done.
Great job, Lizzie.
Lizzie's father is a general practitioner doctor.
No.
Is a tremendous hunter.
So he knows his organs?
Poor Bambi. 'Twas her heart. 'Twas her heart that got her.
Although I don't know what you're gonna. I have no idea. I can't even imagine what you could mess up because I have no basis of knowledge.
Exactly.
Sure, there's something though.
Slice. They run for a long ways with a hole in the heart.
People keep saying to us, "There's a big difference between a 5-pound chicken and a."
Yeah.
Yeah, but you do.
Those turkeys are almost 800 pounds.
Exactly.
Because they're going to end up in the butcher shop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
What's it called? It's not a
figure
butcher,
if I
what
was
is
to
it?
spend an abattoir, if I were to spend $2,000 on a cow, and then it would drop dead on me.
Thank you.
So we get them through a guy that he's actually a hauler, and he'll go out and buy cows at an auction somewhere and bring them to me. And all I tell him is I want cows that have been fed on grass, that are going to adapt to grass quickly. Preferably one of the nicer breeds that's not wild and crazy like the Black Angus. We want breeds that are friendlier and a little more docile, and they have to be 300 pounds weaned. That means they're not with their mother anymore. They're called stocker cows, and they weigh about 300 pounds. And we ramp them up to about 600 pounds. We actually pre-sell everything. We'll send out a flyer in April, and people will order a side of beef, and it'll become available at the end of the year. We're getting your cows butchered by Alamo. So we had to kill a little bit of time. We figured we'd eat something tasty enough so that if it's coming back out, it'll still taste good. Is that a pneumatic hammer?
So if you want it, I didn't get it today. Or,
Yeah.
you know, if you want it fresh.
Right. So it's really, first time we
Sorry about that.
You know what I mean? If you got up there more than I can wait.
Yeah. Nobody's sticking
But they also, their deer is really a good example. Actually, if you put a deer in a steak in the oven, cook it. You cook it too long, when you pull it out, you hit it on the table, it's pretty hard. The fat, the internal fat in the muscle is what keeps it from drying out. You know what I mean?
The tails, the liver, heart, and the brains.
And brains?
Yeah. I got a gal from one of our Asian clients. She wants the cow brains. I think I'm turning the beef burgers into beef jerky. If it gets dried out, you can take it on your trip to New Jersey. Nibble on it all the way out.
Beef jerky.
That's right. One thing about pigs, they love fermented corn. We turn them loose in there and they begin to aerate the compost.
Do you have pigs too?
Not yet, but that's our plan.
Yeah, that takes it up to $397.20.
Oh, it's a lot more for cracked, huh? Wow, it seems like it would be the other way around. I guess not. Is it already come in ground? Say, how much was the ground corn? 170. D-L-methanine, what's that?
It's a vitamin.
Oh, okay.
And then they used a Winger Turkey Trace Premix.
Uh-huh.
And a vitamin, Winger Vitamin Broiler
Yeah.
mix.
And how much
and
is...
they use ground shell corn instead of ground cob.
Yeah. Ground cobs. They use the corn cobs?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Now, how much does that kind of mix cost? A ton?